Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Hashemian. I'm one of the oral and maxillofacial surgeons in Tampa Bay area. Our offices are located in Lecanto, Spring Hill, and Land O'Lakes area. Today we are going to talk a little bit about dental implants and what options are available for people who are either missing their teeth or they're about to lose all of their remaining teeth. Hopefully, during this 1 hour educational session, you will come away with a lot of information regarding your missing teeth or the options for the missing teeth, dental implant, and what type of treatments are available, and so forth. And at the end of at the end of the session, I'm going to show you some of the examples of some of the cases that we have treated before, and I'll be happy to take some questions throughout this webinar and answer the questions for you. In general, there are a lot of people who are edentulous. Edentulous means they are missing their teeth. In this slide, we are showing that there are 240 million people across North America, Japan, and Europe are missing their teeth. Only a small portion of them are looking to are aware of advances in dental replacement with dental implants. In general, in overall population, people have, in average, 21 teeth. A complete dentition is 32 teeth, but in general, overall, 21. So that means people who are above 75 years of age, they have, in average, they have 7 teeth. So if you're in the range of 70 to 75 and you have more than 12 teeth, you're above average. The problem with the tooth loss is lack of self-confidence, bereavement, and people don't want to smile. They feel like they're aging prematurely. In public, they are not comfortable. Even with their family members, they are not very comfortable. There are nutritional effects. A lot of people know about them. They don't get adequate nutrition just because there is not, because their choices of their diets are limited. They always go after the kind of a meal that they can swallow, not necessarily they can chew, and they are missing out on a lot of nutrients, especially proteins and so forth. Now, the concept of edentulous, it is important for people to know that when you are missing your teeth or a tooth, it is not just the tooth that you are missing. It is not like a tire of a car that you are missing and you're going to get a tire and replace it. A denture is not a good replacement. What we are saying here is a denture is not a good replacement for missing teeth, and that is because a tooth provides pressure on the jawbone. So a tooth is embedded into the jawbone, and there are blood vessels in the jawbone. The blood vessels supply blood to the bone and to the tooth. So when the tooth is missing, that pressure is not there to stimulate the bone, and the blood vessel does not survive. The microscopic blood vessels do not survive, therefore the bone cells die. And that's why when you wear dentures, you would expect your jawbone to get thinner. That's why if you are a denture wearer, or if you know someone who wears denture, their denture periodically need to be relined because it loosens up. And that is because the bone gets resorbed. The bone underneath the denture gets thinner. The denture is the same size. So there is a consequence for wearing a denture, and the consequence is bone loss. A lot of people are either not aware of that, or when they go to a general dentist, that fact is not brought to their attention. If you have a thick jawbone, when you lose your teeth and you go to a plain conventional denture, you will lose the height of your jawbone. And then to restore it, to replace that bone back, is going to be a lot of work. There's going to be a lot of work, a lot of surgeries by an oral surgeon to provide that bone for you. So if you are going to be without teeth, or you have some lousy teeth that they need to be removed, definitely consider replacement of them. Now, why is a dental implant superior than denture? Because when you have a dental implant in your jawbone, it works just like your natural tooth. That means when you bite on it, the force is transferred from your dental implant into the jawbone. And the jawbone is stimulated, the blood supply to the jawbone is stimulated, and it survives. The bone survives. But with denture, there is no direct stimulation into the jawbone. And that's why your bone, your jawbone under the denture keeps getting thinner and thinner and thinner. Now, what is the problem with the bone resorption? The facial appearance is different. The patient looks a little bit old, not in my eye, but in the eye of the public. The patient looks older. Why? Because the lips and the cheeks get sunken in, and the lines appear on the face, and the patient looks older. So if you have all of your teeth today and you lose all of your teeth tomorrow, tomorrow you're going to look about 5 to 10 years older, just because you lost your teeth and you lost your facial profile. The other thing that bone loss causes is that when you lose your uh, when you lose your teeth, you wear dentures, and when you wear denture, the bone gets thinner and thinner. It gets to the point that the denture that you have ends up sitting on the nerve, because on the bottom of the jaw there's a nerve. That nerve is responsible for the feeling of the lower lip or your chin or your teeth. So when there is no bone, the denture is going to end up sitting on that nerve, and that nerve is going to start hurting. This is a picture of a patient with no teeth on the bottom. Initially, when you lose the teeth, there's a good ridge on the lower arch. When you lose all of your teeth, the floor of your mouth looks flat. The lower jaw looks very flat. We call that atrophic jaw, atrophic mandible, or atrophic alveolar ridge. That means your bone has melted away. And to provide a denture for the jaw that has lost bone is very difficult, because there is no retention. The denture keeps moving. Every time your tongue moves, your lower denture moves. So here's a picture of someone who has a good profile with their natural teeth. When they lose their teeth, their profile becomes concave, and that is perceived as aged. Not in my eyes, in the eye of the society. Teeth are made out of two portions. One is the crown, one is the tooth. One is the root. So a tooth has a crown and a root. When you lose a tooth, you don't lose just the top of the tooth. You lose the entire tooth, crown and the root. The implant, the dental implant, replaces the root of the tooth first. That is the body of the implant. And then later on, you get the crown. You can get it the same day, and I will get into that in just a minute, or you can get the crown at a later time. To replace the crown of the tooth, you can either get a conventional crown, and if it is one tooth, something went wrong with your tooth, your dentist will probably, they may do a root canal, post and core, and a crown to save that tooth. If you're missing multiple teeth, then the options that you're going to have is a partial denture. If you're missing all of your teeth, you may need a full denture or a partial denture. Now, all of those have their problems. The partial denture has a metal clasp that goes around the adjacent teeth for retention, and it makes the adjacent teeth sensitive because the metal clasp keeps rubbing against the adjacent teeth, whereas the enamel and the adjacent teeth become sensitive. And we see people like with these complaints very routinely, that they are not comfortable with denture. Now, if the denture is lousy, if a partial denture is lousy and keeps moving, many people actually, about 60 to 70% of people will remove their partial denture when they're eating, when they're chewing, because they don't feel comfortable with that partial denture. They don't feel the partial denture is part of their dentition, part of their teeth, and they have to remove it to eat, chew, and then they put it back in. So mainly the partial denture ends up being an aesthetic prosthesis. The complete denture has its own problem that I already mentioned. It keeps wobbling. The complete denture on the bottom moves because the tongue moves. Every time the tongue moves, the complete denture moves. The tongue moves for chewing, for swallowing, for laughing, for talking. Everything you do, the tongue moves. Every time the tongue moves, the lower denture moves. And then when the lower denture moves, people are uncomfortable because number one, it causes soreness. Number two, they cannot chew really. So the alternative is go with implant supported denture. And I'm going to show you some examples of them as well. The main concern with the flipper or partial denture or full denture is aesthetic, not function. If you place implant for fixed bridge, or you place implants for partial denture or implant supported denture, their purpose is aesthetic and also function. So you're not getting the bridge or the implant supported denture for only aesthetic. It is also meant for function. That means you should be able to chew solid diet. Also, the implant provides support of the bone, so you won't lose the bone. So what is the advantage of the denture that a lot of people go for it? It is the least expensive replacement of the teeth, and it is fast. However, there's no quality there. So it doesn't serve a purpose. It doesn't serve a purpose for functionality, for chewing, maybe for aesthetic only. And we talked about the drawbacks with the denture already. People who wear dentures, they keep wearing denture adhesives because the denture doesn't stay. They have to put adhesive, the gooey material, they have to keep the tube of gooey material, denture adhesive, in their pocket. And every time it comes out, they have to apply it again. And the denture adhesive is kind of, it causes inflammation to the soft tissue as well. So the denture adhesive has its own problems. So that is really not a solution. You want to get your teeth replaced so you don't have to worry about it. You don't need to put glue on it. You don't need to have adhesive. Then the other things are low self-confidence, and it lowers the quality of life. A lot of people don't want to go out to social gathering to have meals because they're afraid that the denture might move and they might be embarrassed. These are the pictures of the upper and lower denture. As I mentioned, the upper denture covers the roof of the mouth. That is a problem. A lot of our patients have problems with that. The problem is they say the upper denture makes me gag because it covers the roof of the mouth. The upper denture causes the taste of the food to be different. And also the upper denture causes the speech distortion. I hear these three complaints all the time. It causes gagging, the food doesn't taste the same, and they have speech problem. They do not sound the same when they talk. Now, I mentioned that, but when you get implant supported denture or implant supported bridge on the top, the roof of the mouth is not covered. Therefore, you won't have that problem with the implant supported bridge on the top. This is a picture of implant supported denture. You can easily place two implants and your denture will snap on it. It is not the perfect solution to imitate your natural teeth, but it is better than a complete denture. It keeps the denture in place. Better than two would be 3 or 4 implants. I would recommend 4 implants if you wanted to have implant supported denture on the bottom jaw. The bottom jaw is more important than the top jaw because on the top, your denture has the roof of the mouth for retention. On the bottom, there is no retention. There is only your gum tissue, and the tongue is sitting right behind it. And every time the tongue moves, it pushes on the lower denture, and the denture keeps moving. I already went over the advantages and disadvantages. The advantages of implant supported denture is that you can snap it out and clean it with soap and water, snap it back in. That is the advantage. So cleaning the implant supported denture is the advantage. The drawback is that it is still removable. If you get 2 implants under a denture, some people complain that the denture rocks. So if you want to get implants under your denture, get 3 or get 4. Or better than that, go with a hybrid bridge that I'm going to talk about in just a minute, or fixed bridge over 4 or 5 implants. This is the example of a fixed implant bridge. That means you remove your teeth, you get the implants, and you get prosthesis, dental prosthesis over the implants. This procedure today can be done in 1 day. We call that teeth in 1 day. So the way it works is you come in at 8 o'clock in the morning. If you have no teeth in one arch, lower arch or the upper arch, you receive the implants and you receive the bridge the same day. You go home by 2, 3 in the afternoon with your fixed bridge in that arch. If you have some lousy teeth that you were told those teeth need to be removed, we could remove the teeth first thing in the morning. We will place the implants, and you will receive that bridge, which is readily made that day, and then you go home with your fixed bridge. Basically, the bridge will not come out. Your teeth will not come out. All of that I just mentioned will be done in 1 day. That's why we call it teeth in a day. In this picture, you will see the picture of a lower implant supported bridge fixed, and or the upper implant supported bridge. You can have a hybrid bridge. When we call it hybrid bridge, what that means is the interior portion of the bridge is titanium alloy and the exterior portion of it is acrylic. You can also get porcelain bridge over the implants. You can get zirconia bridge over the implants. Fixed bridge, the bridge that does not come out. So in this picture, you will see all the options that are available. Complete conventional denture, implant supported denture on this side, implant supported denture. You can have 2, 3, or 4, or 5 implants, or 6 implants. This is a implant supported bridge, fixed bridge. It does not come out. Now, in this picture, in this diagram, what we are showing is if you're missing, or if you have all of your natural teeth, your chewing ability is 100%. Excuse me. If that is the case, when you have no teeth at all, your chewing ability is going to be a 0. So when you receive a lower denture, you will gain about 10% of your chewing ability. When you get an overdenture, the denture that snaps over the implants, you gain about 60% of your chewing ability. When you get implant supported bridge, fixed bridge, you get 90% of your chewing ability back. And that is as close as you can get to your natural teeth. There are a lot of nutritional effect. I mentioned that people who are not wearing the proper dentition, they're typically malnourished. And there's a study that shows the quality of life has improved by placement of implants under the dentures by 33%. The quality of life has improved by 33%. That speaks a volume. What do you do? What can you do to improve the quality of your life? This is not quality of teeth, it's quality of life improved. Why? Because people feel good about themselves. Because people can now go out and socialize. They can go out to dinner without hesitation. Their confidence is increased, improved. They can do more activities and so forth. The other concept that I wanted to talk about is the guided procedure. You're going to hear this again and again, and what that means is instead of doing the freehand implant procedure, we do guided procedure. So before you lose your teeth or before you receive the implants, your arch, your upper arch or the lower arch in your mouth gets scanned. And then from that scan, we send it off to our laboratory. Our laboratory will fabricate a guide, which is an acrylic splint. And that acrylic splint basically is a guide for us to let us know exactly where the implant is going to end up in the jaw, in the bone. So that takes the guessing and mistake away from the procedure. It's a computer programmed splint fabricated that is called a guide. And a lot of our procedures are done with a guide. Sometimes we do without guide, but definitely technology has come to help us with these procedures. All of these procedures for dental implants and placement of teeth in a day, all of them will be done here at our office location, in our operating room, in our office, under anesthesia. So the patient is asleep. You're going to be under general anesthesia when this procedure is performed. So you won't know anything, you won't feel anything at all during the entire procedure. You wake up when your work is completed. And for these procedures, you don't want to be awake. You want to be asleep. Now, these are the pictures of, this is a picture of a guide, implant guide, that we place it and the implant goes in. We remove the guide and then you will get the bridge. The bridge will be connected to the implants and then you go home with your final results. These are the pictures of porcelain on metal framework. And these are the pictures of acrylic over titanium alloy. So there's a metal framework, and on the top, you can have porcelain or you can have acrylic. They're all different options. If you want to go with a very good solid material, porcelain would be a good one, and zirconia would be a good one. They're very strong and they're very aesthetic. Zirconia is very close to your natural teeth, and light even goes through it. The top two pictures are pictures of your denture, upper and lower dentures, and the bottom two are the implant supported bridges. As you can see, the roof of the mouth is not covered here. The roof of the mouth is not covered with the implant supported bridge. And that's the advantage. That's what you want. You don't want the roof of the mouth to be covered. And the flanges on the bottom, the flanges are not as long. With the denture, the flanges, the pink area has to be long. That's how you get the retention. On the bottom, there are no flanges, so you don't have. It is not very bulky. These bridges are not very bulky, and they are anchored to your implants, and they act like your natural teeth. You brush your teeth and go to bed. Maintenance is very important on these, and we review those with you when you're at the office. The top picture is implant over denture. The bottom picture is implant supported bridge, fixed bridge. It's a fixed bridge. It does not come out of the mouth. And that is something a lot of people are looking for. Now, 20 years ago, we were not able to offer that maybe. It was not as popular. Today we are. We are offering that. Basically, the same day you get your implant and you get your bridge and you go home with your fixed teeth. Now, when you get your dentition done, the bottom line is the question that you need to answer to yourself is, can I go out to a social gathering and enjoy the kind of a meal that I like to have with my friends and family? If the answer is yes, then you have achieved your goal. If the answer is no, the solution is available. And that's what life is about, to be able to enjoy your life. Some people throw in the age. They say, oh, at this age, this is not for me. That is not true at all. It is not about age. It is about the quality of your life. You can be 100 years of age, and if you don't have quality of life, what is that life good for? I share with you some of the patients that we have treated. This gentleman appears older. Some people might say he might be in his 70s. Believe it or not, he was only 49. So because he lost his teeth, he came in. He was not happy with his dentures. He wanted to go on a cruise with his family members, and he said he was embarrassed. He said no one has seen him with upper and lower complete dentures, and it didn't fit right for him. So he wanted to get some better option. So that's what we did. So we placed 6 implants on the bottom and 6 implants on the top, and we provided upper and lower denture. 2 of the implants were zygomatic implants, one here and one here. These zygomatic implants sometimes have to be performed because there is not enough bone on the upper jaw. Therefore, we have to borrow support from the cheekbone. We call that zygomatic bone. And the name of the implant is zygomatic implant. These zygomatic implants are very sensitive and they are very technique sensitive. Not everyone can do that. And I highly recommend that no one attempts to place it while they're awake. You want to be asleep. You want to be under general anesthesia to have these zygomatic implants placed. And of course, you want to place them by someone who knows what they're doing, and they're specialists and well trained in this field. Once the implants are placed and the zygomatic implants are placed, all the attachments are placed on the implant and the patient receives the upper and lower bridges. This can be done in one day. So you can go from here to here in one day. You can go from no teeth at all in the upper jaw and the lower jaw to upper and lower teeth that are fixed. They do not come out. You have your meal, you brush your teeth, and go to bed. That's it. They do not come out. This is another example. The patient was working in middle age, working, and talking to people, and she stated she's in public all the time. The upper denture is not going to cut it. The upper denture keeps moving for her. Her speech was distorted. She didn't sound right. So we placed the implants for her. We placed the bridge, and her bridge was zirconia. This is her final bridge. And as you can see, the roof of the mouth is not covered. Very happy. She was very happy with the results. This is these are the examples, and these are the laboratory process when we actually convert. We make the denture. We can make the denture. We can convert it to a fixed bridge the same day. These are the laboratory process. Now, there is a concept of removable overdenture. If you didn't want to go with fixed, you could go with removable. And these are the examples of removable. So for this patient, she received 6 implants on the top and overdenture on the top, 4 implants on the bottom, and an overdenture on the bottom. For the overdenture on the bottom, we recommend 4 implants. Overdenture for the upper jaw, I recommend maybe 5 implants. But if you get 6 or 7, you just increase your the strength and the support. And these are the locator attachment or the counterpart of the implant that are clips that go under the denture. You snap it out and you snap it back in. These procedures will not be done in one day. If you wanted to go with implant supported denture, you need to be prepared to get this whole thing done in about 4 months, because we place the implants, we leave the implants under the gum for about 4 months. After 4 months, you get your overdenture, which is a denture that snaps in and snaps out. This is another patient who had a severe periodontal disease. She was young, but all of her teeth were wobbly. She had mobile teeth, and she had pain and discomfort. She did not like the idea of a denture at all. She thought she was too young to get upper and lower dentures. We recommended getting the upper and lower complete implant-supported bridges, and that's what she went for. So these are the initial dentures that we made for her, and then we converted her dentures into fixed bridges, fixed upper and lower bridges. And this is when she was done with the upper and lower fixed bridges. She went from here to here. And you can get that done in one day. You can go from no teeth to full arch dentition in one day. I think I have a little testimonial of her. If I find it, I'll play it for you.
We have it on.
Okay, if you can play that.
The result is beautiful. I'm really satisfied. This is the work. This doctor just treat me good. Just work beautifully. Just done. I'm really happy for my teeth.
Can you chew okay and bite okay?
Yeah, chew it and I eat good now. It's beautiful. My face kind of, not a people say that it's good, look good. I'm happy about it. That is, look at myself. Everything is perfect.
Excellent.
Okay, that lady that just gave a testimonial. She had her bridges done initially. She got her bridges done right the day that she received her implant. Then after 6 months, she went to her final bridge. The final bridge was a lot more aesthetic than her initial bridge. This is another patient of ours who had many broken teeth and some good teeth. But when you have so many broken teeth and so many decayed teeth, you get to the point that it is better for you to address all of your teeth in one arch. Instead of taking care of one tooth at a time, it is better to address the entire arch. And for time reason, and also to save money on restoring your teeth. So it's better to do sometimes all at the same time. And that's what this gentleman did. We removed his teeth on the top and bottom, and he received the upper and lower. I believe this one might have received only the upper complete bridge, implant supported bridge, the same day. He goes from this one to here in one day. This is another example of a patient who was edentulous on the maxilla, no teeth on the upper jaw, and then went from no teeth to fixed hybrid bridge, which is teeth in a day. This is another lady who came in with upper and lower teeth very, very wobbly, whatever the teeth that was remaining. She didn't have many teeth remaining, but those remaining teeth were very mobile due to advanced periodontal disease. She knew what she needed, and she knew that she wasn't going to tolerate the denture. So she requested some kind of a fixed bridge, and that's exactly what she received. She went from basically lousy upper teeth and lower teeth to implant supported bridges, all the same day. This happened all in one day. This is another example of a gentleman in middle age, wearing an upper denture, miserable with the upper denture. He came in and replaced the implant and placed the upper fixed bridge. Another young patient, 35 years old. She only had a few teeth remaining. They had told her either remove the other remaining teeth on the top, get a upper complete denture, or get a partial denture. Partial denture was out of the question because she didn't have enough teeth for partial denture. She either had to go with a complete denture or implant supported denture or bridge. So she chose implant supported bridge, and that's what we did. And this is the same day. So we removed the teeth, replaced the implants. We gave her a fixed upper bridge, teeth in a day, and she went home with her fixed teeth. This is another gentleman. This gentleman had lower partial denture, upper complete denture. The upper complete denture for him, it was fine. The lower, the upper denture was completely fine. The lower teeth were bothersome for him, and he could not stand the lower partial denture. So we removed the existing teeth, we placed the implants, we placed the complete lower fixed bridge, and basically the same day. This is another example of someone who had a couple of implants on the upper jaw for an overdenture. It didn't work out for her. She had a couple of implants on the upper jaw for an overdenture, but for whatever reason, those implants started failing on the upper jaw, and she said she didn't want to go with removable overdenture anymore, and she wanted to go with fixed. So the same day we saw her, we removed the teeth, replaced the implants, and replaced the fixed bridge for her, and all the same day. This is another example, the same thing. Several lousy teeth on the top, several failing teeth, some of them even abscessed. So we had to the best treatment for her from the time and economic standpoint was to remove all the upper teeth and get implant supported bridge, and that's exactly what she received. Teeth in a day. Okay, that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss. And if there are any questions by any means, please forward the questions, and I'll be happy to answer the questions for you. Teeth in a day definitely is very, very popular. A lot of people are looking for it for two reasons. Number one, it is fixed bridge. It's a fixed bridge. It does not come out. Number two, it can be done in one day. So it is very popular. A lot of people go for it, and I would highly, highly recommend that. We have people who have had these bridges for 15, 16 years now. So we have been doing it that long, and we see everyone who gets one of these treatments, we ask them to come back every year. So I see them years after years and after years, and some of them are their bridges are rock solid. So you get one treatment, you put the time and effort into it, and you get the treatment, and you're done. You basically move on with your life. If there are any questions, please send us your questions. And if you have any, let me see if we have any testimonial to show you of some of the cases that I've shown you.
Yes, I'll roll those now.
Like it? How could I not?
Looks good.
Looks beautiful. Oh my goodness. Such a difference.
Big
You're
time.
awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, it's been about 14, 15 months since we did your implants. And tell me how you feel about it and what your experience has been. Any trouble with chewing, biting?
Not a bit.
And have you had any trouble with movement of the lower teeth?
Not a bit.
Excellent, excellent.
I feel wonderful about it. Boy, I wish I had done it a lot sooner because it sure beats putting that cement in there, and there's just nothing like it. I'm very pleased.
Life-changing experience as far as I'm concerned. I just lived perfectly normal. It's like having a set of normal teeth you're born with. I had the full dentures, and the bottom one was absolutely miserable for me. And now I see the difference. What I compare them would be the difference between having a crutch or having a prosthetic. It's just a complete lifestyle change. I was going on a cruise and of course on a cruise, the primary thing about a cruise is you're eating. And I was able to go on that cruise and have absolutely no restrictions on my diet whatsoever. I can enjoy everything on a cruise. Otherwise, I've been very, very uncomfortable about what I ate, how I ate it, what I would eat, and with the denture come loose in public, I was just really paranoid about it. So this is, like I said, a completely lifestyle change. Oh yeah, I had the bottom one was permanent to start with, and then they put in the temporary on the top. And it actually cracked at one time, but that was just a little minor section which he's able to repair somewhat. And then I got the permanent one now that it just, like I said, it's like having, they say you only get 2 sets of teeth, well I got 3.
Sure.
It's just absolutely fantastic.
Excellent.
It's worth every penny.
Excellent.
Okay, this was a total presentation of our video today. Now, for this webinar, we try to have this once every month. Please join us. If you missed this one, please join us next month. You can always go through the QR and sign up for our next webinar. That is going to be about probably mid-August. Hopefully, during this webinar, you have learned something about teeth in a day and dental implants and so forth. I look forward to seeing you guys at the office. And for people who sign up for the webinar, we usually waive their consult fees. So make sure that you sign up for the next one. Thank you for joining us, and have a great day. We'll see you guys next month at the